Hi everyone, and welcome to Jane Talks Trek, where I'll be talking about and reviewing an episode of the original series, The Next Generation, Voyager, Deep Space Nine, or Enterprise. Today, I'm looking at the outrageous Okana from The Next Generation's second season, or as I like to call it, that time the Enterprise was butt-dialed. This episode was requested by David S. Thank you for the suggestion, and let's get going. We begin the episode with me not paying attention to Picard's log. What'd you say, dude? Oh, they're traveling between two planets, there are two races, they sort of get along. Gotcha. An unidentified vessel approaches with one life sign and not much else, so they hail it only to get this guy's butt. Troy Likey. He's basically the embodiment of a D&D rogue who rolled well for charisma, but in actual fact, this guy's actor, Billy Campbell, was in the running to play Riker. I wonder how his maneuvers were. Picard asks Troy what she thinks, and she says what any other person who just witnessed this conversation would say. He's full of himself.
The word that seems to best describe him is rogue.
See? What'd I tell you? They agree to help him with his repairs and prepare to beam him across, with Picard and Worf agreeing he should have limited access to the ship. And into the credits we go. They beam the guy aboard, who immediately sasses Worf. Why are they all lining up? And after he impresses Wesley, Okana goes hard flirting with this lady.
Now, that's sex appeal.
Sexual attraction in this context is not a part of my programming. I'm an android.
You tell him, Data! Okana cracks a joke and then explains it to Data, which doesn't go down well. And Geordi repairs his broken doodad while kindly talking the guy through it. He bombards Data with questions before telling another failed joke and going for a booty call. And in engineering, Wesley and Riker talk about him. Data goes to Guinan for help and she tries her best.
You told a joke.
Yes.
I am not laughing.
Yes.
Perhaps the joke was not funny.
No, the joke was funny. It's you, Data.
So he goes to the holodeck to ask about comedy, and the list of names that flashes by are the crew and production team, before he settles on this guy's hairstyle, who's in for a long slog getting Data to understand. What's going on?
So, if you put funny teeth in your mouth and jump around like an idiot, that is considered funny.
Who knows, Data? He recreates what he learned to Guinan, who's not impressed, which bums him out, but he makes an offhand remark, which makes her laugh, and then he's called to the bridge. Another ship approaches, not in the mood to talk, but their weapons are piddly, so they call to make a threat because they want Okona back, because he's a criminal. Another ship approaches from the other planet, who also want Okona. Man, this kid in the background is nervous, look at him fidget. They can't locate Okona. What happened to the restricted access? So Worf goes to go deal with it, and he's not impressed with Okana making out with this rando, and hauls his ass to the bridge, where Picard tells him off for being shady, but he swears he's not done anything. Let's ask the ship, shall we? Well, he got this lady up the duff and ditched her, and he nicked a shiny gem off these people, so get lost all of you. Okana apologizes for getting the Enterprise caught up in this, but swears he didn't steal the gem. But he did appear to boink that lady, however. Picard doesn't know what to do, so Okana says to do what I've been yelling at the screen for the past 5 minutes. Cut him loose! Wesley talks Okana's ear off as Geordi finishes fixing his doodad, and he decides he wants to surrender, so they call a meeting where it turns into a bitch fest almost immediately. Okana says he's going to marry the pregnant lady, which pisses off the shifty kid, and an argument breaks out where it turns out the kid has the jewel that he was going to give to the lady because he is the actual father, and the pair lied to prevent a war.
Now we're hearing some truth.
Yes. Thank you. Your input is always valuable, Troy. More squabbling ensues, and the preggers lady decides she doesn't want to get married. So Okana tells them to get their shit together, and these crazy kids come to an agreement. Now get off the ship, you bunch of troublemakers. Guinan takes Data to the holodeck, where everyone laughs at Data's jokes, but he realizes that they were programmed that way and shuts them off. And Guinan tells him not to worry. They say goodbye to Okana, and we are out of here. Okay, this feels like a comedy version of the episode The Hunted, which is fine, but I preferred that episode to this one. This type of character can either work for me or become tiresome rather quickly, and Okana fell into the latter. I didn't dislike him or the episode, but like I said, that kind of character I can take or leave. Peak that kind of character? Rick O'Connell from The Mummy. Brendan Fraser is my measuring stick. Anyway, what I did appreciate was Okana apologizing to Picard for the trouble he caused, and suggesting sensible solutions to fix the problem. The episode was a bit formulaic. The story beats were easy to predict, But for a light-hearted episode like this one, it's not the end of the world. My favourite detail, however, was the alien ships being no match for Enterprise in the slightest. Picard could have disabled them and gone on his merry way, but he didn't. I've noticed that with Picard. He's very patient and tries to do things in a calm, sensible way without too much conflict. He listened to everyone's stories, considered the options, and by listening he was able to sort the problem out without anyone having to fire a shot. I respect him for that, but it also doesn't stop him from being sassy. I love sassy Picard. Data's little aside was cute. It was very him, always trying to extend his program and his personality. And having Guinan to be the one to help him made me happy because I love the combo of the two of them. It got weird in places, but Brent Spiner gives it his all as usual. Finally, Troy. Troy. What to say about her? I can't tell if her stating the obvious was a conscious choice or if reading the emotions of others was a cool idea on paper, but it didn't execute well. I'm gonna take it as a running joke because I don't know what else to do with it. So there you have it. That was the outrageous Okana. If there's an episode of Star Trek you'd like me to cover, pop it down in the comments below or come say hi on social media. If you enjoyed this video, then please hit that like button, it really does mean a lot, or consider subscribing if you want to be assimilated into my channel. Alternatively, feel free to check out my other YouTube channels. Thank you so much for watching, I'll speak to you soon, and live long and prosper.